Welcome back, everybody, and thanks again for sticking with us on KXAN News at 4. She is here again. We're talking, of course, about La Niña. Nick Bannin joins us now, and Nick, the weather pattern may not be as strong as some of the previous ones.
Yeah, and previously we've had some pretty strong La Niñas. If you remember, last winter was an El Niño, but the 3 winters before that were La Niña. This one is weaker and shouldn't last as long, but the strength of a La Niña doesn't necessarily mean we won't get the same impacts. It just means our confidence in getting those impacts is a little bit lower. La Niña officially started, according to the Climate Prediction Center and NOAA, last month in December. They released these updates here during the second Thursday of every month. So today it became official that we are now in La Niña. This is the area of the eastern Pacific Ocean that they look at to determine whether we're in La Niña or not. These waters have to be 5 degrees Celsius cooler than average or colder than that to be considered in La Niña. We've officially reached that threshold here now. La Niña, of course, is the cool phase of ENSO, which is El Nino Southern Oscillation, and it can help drive weather patterns for the Northern Hemisphere in the winter months. We'll talk about that here in a second. But what about going forward? How long is this La Niña going to last here? Well, this is the outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. All of these blue bars indicate the odds of La Niña continuing, and you can see those percentages there and the months in 3-month increments at the bottom. And La Niña still favored February, March, and April. But then as we get into March, April, May, then the gray bars start to jump up. That's the chances of us being in a neutral pattern, which basically means that La Niña, El Nino, non-existent, and that we're just dealing with typical weather, not influenced by that anymore. But then you can notice that some of those red bars start to rise up as we head through the summer and into next fall. Those are the chances of El Nino coming back, which is what we had last winter. So the odds for that go up, but so do the odds of La Niña coming back up here for next winter. And of course, La Niña winters mean drier and warmer than normal winters as a whole, but not necessarily the entire time as we're experiencing right now. I wrote a blog about this revelation of La Niña's beginning. It's on KXAN.com right now, where you can also review our winter weather outlook that so far is on track. Let's take you outside to the Covert Bee Cave Auto Mall camera in Bee Cave, where it is cloudy, wet, and cold. Most of us are in the mid-30s now, and we've still got several more hours of rain coming our way from southwest and moving northeast through the area. The back edge of the rain still several hours away. This will slowly move through central Texas later on tonight, bringing us a continuation of this rain, but even the chance for a little bit of snow. Area of low pressure right there, so we're getting that moisture coming around it. And as this low pulls away, we'll see that rain pulling away later on tonight. Of course, it's not just rain. There's some wintry mix involved too. In the hill country, it's been hard to find ice, but it is out there. We just had a viewer in Doss in northwestern Gillespie County right there reporting some iciness on the branches and the flags even outside her home there. Certainly, if you've got pictures of ice or any wintry weather you want to send us, report it at KXAN.com and then look for a quick email back for us as we ask you to sign a permission slip, as it were. So still more rain to come. It's going to make for a very wet evening commute and a wet night, and still the potential for some spotty icing in the hill country. This is 9 o'clock here tonight. The back edge of the rain, still some timing differences based on the computer models that we look at. We think the rain ends between 10 p.m. and 3 a.m. This is one of the faster computer models as far as the ending of the rain. We've got some others that keep the rain a little bit after midnight. And for most of us, it is going to end as rain, but then maybe enough cooler air and enough lift on the back edge of this last piece of rain that we could get some wet snow to mix in parts of the hill country just before the precipitation ends. It does look like we will be starting off your Friday dry. The one exception to that would be the chance for a few little flurries or sprinkles here tomorrow. It's not going to amount to anything during the day, but it might be nice to see. A lot of clouds tomorrow, a few peaks of sun, skies clearing as we head into tomorrow night. So as far as additional ice through tomorrow morning, it's going to be spotty, but there could be a few hundredths of an inch in some of those coldest of spots. And we may yet still see additional snow with coatings possible in northwestern Mason, much of San Saba, northern Lampasas counties, and even the rest of the hill country in the western metro may see some flakes, although this would likely happen in the middle of the night, and you'd have to be up to see it because it wouldn't be there when you wake up in most places. Still expecting an inch of rain for most of us in the metro and our eastern counties, up to about 1.5 inches, less than an inch for most of the hill country, but most of the hill country already has ½ inch. So 90% of us get rain after the sun sets tonight. We're down to 34 in Austin, heading for a high of 44 tomorrow, so that's noticeably warmer than today. Just a 10% chance of that daytime sprinkle or flurry. Sunshine Saturday after a freezing start. We're up to 55, mostly sunny Sunday and 60. Then a cold front late Sunday comes in, knocks us back down into the 50s for most of next week. Limited rain chances next Wednesday and Thursday.